So we got Cowboys humping the air. This is your first video. We got you up and down, lifting up and down a big HVAC unit. And then we've got like, he was talking about, essentially it sends to, this is super nerd shit. It sends to, via Zapier to the OpenAI.
So I think everyone's watching videos now. Like, is it AI? Every video you watch, like, is that AI? Is now kind of the mentality of how people are thinking because, you know, they don't want to be duped.
And my mindset, since I'm in a growth mode, we're going fast, we're cranking. It feels like you are too, right? You know, doubling every year. This is nuts. Most people don't do this. My mindset is like, all right, look, help me learn this AI stuff. Help me make agents. Help me use this every single place we possibly can, if it makes sense. Hey, how's it going? It's Tim Brown, and this is the Plumbing and HVAC Hustle Podcast. And today I have Derek Cormier, climate experts. How you doing, sir?
Doing great. Thanks for having me.
We're talking about making killer short form content, and you are doing this better than anyone else I'm seeing in HVAC right now. You are the number one in my mind, you're the number one content creator in HVAC. There are a bunch of them, but you're doing it in such a way that's like entertainment. It's having fun. It's also got a lot of good business results for you. So we're going to really dive into that today. Give me a little background. You've been doing the company for 10 years, and it's the last couple of years that you really got into content.
Yeah, so I started this about 10 years ago, just one truck, running calls off Craigslist, and I did HVAC only at that point. Now I've got my plumbing contractor's license. We have electrical as well. And I started doing content about a year and a half ago, seeing Gary Vee speak on stage, talking about how important it is to get not only your personal brand, but, you know, your brand of your business out there and get the personality of the brand out there. And, you know, we were doing it on traditional channels, you know, SEO and things like that, but social's so much bigger now. And, you know, we were just not doing well, you know, in that aspect. And we've gone so far.
So we got Cowboys humping the air. This is your first video. We got you up and down, lifting up and down a big HVAC unit. And then we've got like, you know, you as Sydney Sweeney. We've got a lot of fun, albeit maybe uncomfortably silly for like maybe even you 2 years ago, I would guess, stuff that was like a little off the beaten path. So tell me your journey from like you probably started with some basics, and then you're like, you probably get more progressively silly because those things get better metrics. What happened in your progression? Like, where did it start and how did it's pretty silly. What the kids are saying is whimsy. You've got a lot of whimsy in your content now. Tell me the progression.
So Rilla allows you to listen to, it's an AI in your pocket, listens to the appointment. It's pretty crazy what it can do. It gives a script, it gives everything they said, it breaks down some statistics for you.
Analyze talk ratio, interactivity, like how you and I are interacting back and forth, longest modeling, like all those things.
Honestly, this is the shit that I most believe in AI.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Enhancing the
You're
user
about to put
experience.
math and data around something that used to be my magic skill.
Yeah, so, I mean, in the beginning, we hired a videographer, and he kind of was in social media with restaurants. And he was like, okay, I know what works for restaurants. And it was kind of like cookie cutter business style stuff, business professional. And I'm just kind of a crazy ideas guy. I'm very creative. My team tells me I can't do things constantly that I want to do. And it's good because I probably shouldn't be on the business page. But, you know, I kept it really PG back then just to kind of launch it and get everyone involved on the team to just get the buy-in. And then after a while, I kind of got frustrated that I couldn't make as much content as I wanted with what he was charging. So I said, you know what, screw it. Let's just try to do it ourselves. Maybe we're overcomplicating this. And we were overcomplicating. We were meeting as a team, like with our CMO, my marketing coordinator. We had like 4 people in there like analyzing these videos, and we weren't even getting the engagement we wanted to. We were spending way too much time on the content creation part with not enough output. So I said, you know what? I'm just going to be more natural and do the things that, you know, are working. And I'm just going to start creating shorter videos because we went longer. We were like 3 to 5 minute videos, which did decent on YouTube, but it wasn't worth all the time. And then I started just, you know what? I don't give a shit what people think about me. I'm just going to do what I think that people are watching. So if you go on TikTok, you type in trending videos, you type on like For Your Page Explore, it's the fun stuff. It's the dancing stuff. And like, don't get me wrong. I also put content on there that's educational for customers. But I want to create content that not only people that I want to hire are watching, but also that my customers are watching. And do they want to watch a video of you changing a TXV out for 5 hours? Probably not. Like, I wouldn't watch that video. It's boring as shit. Like, I want to see funny people doing stuff that, you know, it's enjoyable content, just like if I'm watching TV. So, you know, we try to trickle in both. But, you know, once I started doing those like videos with that hook, you know, hook agency, once I started doing those videos really good, hook agency, yeah, with that really strong hook in the beginning and, you know, making it really engaging and stuff that people wanted to watch. Like I have videos on my content right now where, you know, the video quality is great. We have a hook in there. It's faster moving than some, but the educational ones, they just don't do as well. And even though we still post those, people aren't engaging with them. So like I've had guys from the industry like text like, oh man, I could show you how to make content where you don't have to be dancing and humping air. And I'm like, cool, you could teach me how to do that. And you could also teach me how to be followed by people that, you know, don't give a shit about, you know, what we're doing in our area, you know? So it's like, I don't want a bunch of technicians that are getting into the trades, you know, in California and Canada watching my videos. And even though I got a ton of views, it's like, it's worthless to my business. Like I want followers in my area, you know, or people that can work for me. So it's like everyone has different goals. And, you know, we've been seeing success in, you know, all aspects of the business with what we're doing.
Give me some of those metrics before we get into more of the tactics. Give me some of the things that stick out to you as like, this was worth it to do all this content.
Number one, where I've seen the most immediate increase in our business has been on the recruiting side. So we just did a boot camp with HVAC apprentices where we train them up from brand new employees to junior installers, junior technicians. And we held 8 students in the boot camp. And out of the 8 students, 60% of them only came to work for us because of our TikTok. Because think about it, right? There's probably about 150 ads on Indeed for the same shit. Like, come work for us. We'll pay you the most. And like, it's bullshit nowadays. Like, they don't believe that stuff. They're going on your social profiles to see what's really going on, right? They're going on your Glassdoor. They're looking at reviews. So people are more looking, you know, for like third-party validation. So where are they going? They're going to your TikTok, they're going to your Facebook, they're going to your Instagram. And if they see these like BS cookie cutter posts with like a smiling family or like a dog with air blown in its face, like it's BS. They're gone. So we've really seen an increase of like probably 50 to 60% of all of our applicants. The only reason that they've applied here is because of our social media. So right now we're fully staffed. And years ago, we'd always probably be about 70% staffed because we grow so fast. We've doubled our business every year since we've started. So we're doing double the revenue we did last year. And we did double the revenue before that. So we're not growing 10 to 15% and losing people. Our turnover rate, just for the metrics, we're at under 3% for our turnover rate. So people aren't leaving, and the people that we're bringing on is from our growth. And we are fully staffed right now at this point. Now, as we grow, we're going to need to add on more people, but it's crazy. Like, and the cool part about it is the employees don't just run the business because you're afraid that if you're too mean to them or like you can't hold them accountable or quit, and you've only got this many technicians out, and you can't really manage these people properly or coach them. And then they feel like they own your business. And I hate seeing it on social media with people struggling with recruiting, and the ones that are there aren't even good employees. They're not even culture fits. And like, we don't have that. Like, we are in full control. Like, if someone is not a culture fit and someone shouldn't be in our business, we can let them go because we've got a list lined up. How cool would that be to have that feeling? Is that worth it for you to make a couple funny videos to like, you know, showcase what your culture is and your brand and have a little bit of fun? Like, I think it's worth it. Okay.
And talk to me about involving people from the business in the things. Like, how do you get it's like some of the, like, I'm curious about the behind the scenes. Some of the guys that you're including in this, I'm like, dude's dressed up like a cowboy, and I'm wondering, did he hire these guys as actors? You know, how do you get the people involved in the silliest stuff, kind of?
Well, have you seen the Nicki Minaj one with my service manager wearing high heels on the AC unit?
Yes.
Yeah. So, I mean, I think as the leader of the business, you have to show proof by example. No one loves a leader that's like point and tell. It's like, I don't want to follow that guy. Like, be in the trenches with me and show me that you're capable of doing it. And I do that across all aspects of the business. Like, we had our boot camp instructor quit just because he had a family issue, and I had to just jump in and run the boot camp, and I could fully run it. So, with social media, I do the funny stuff myself. You'll see me wearing wigs. You'll see me wearing fun outfits. Like, I'm the first one to do it. So then when they see me out there around the business having fun, it's like they're sitting at their desks and they're like doing their work and they're like, what's going on there? And they, see me like rallying by, with the social media, my executive assistant. And they're like, shoot, like, hey, can I be involved in one? And then they'll start throwing ideas our way of stuff that they've seen on social media that they want to recreate. And we always make sure we take those and we just do them, even if they're dumb. Because like, I want these people to get involved and feel good about the brand. So the leaders do it first, and it kind of takes away the embarrassment too. Like, because if the owner of the business, who's supposed to be the most professional one, is able to lower their guard, why can't you?
Okay, personal versus company page. How do you tend to both of them? And why are you kind of leading a little bit more with the, oh God, I'm looking at the Cowboys humping again. Go look at Derek's Facebook page. Derek Cormier, DerekCormier on Facebook. And how ridiculous some of this is. Why are you pushing out on personal versus company, and what's the blend there?
I think people are more trusting of personal branding sometimes more than a business. Because like, look at us, for example, we're very branded. So we look kind of like, a franchise. We look kind of like private equity. We're not. I'm the only owner. There's no private equity. But people assume if you look really professional and clean and crisp and you got shit together, like, you're private equity, you're this big corporation, and we're not. So I think that it creates a gap. Also people think a business is just trying to sell them shit, right? Like, I don't know if I want to follow that. They're just trying to sell me shit. As far as a personal brand goes, like, you're following a person as far as like, I want to learn something from a person, right? Maybe a little bit less than an organization. It seems more genuine. And it's, again, like most people on their Facebooks, like, what are they posting? Pictures of their family, fun trips that they're doing. And, I do that as well, but I'm real. So like the stuff you see on there, like I'm like that, outside of work too. So people engage with that because they meet me and they're like, oh, this dude's funny. Like, he does a lot of fun stuff. So I just think people are more likely to watch that stuff because it doesn't feel like it's a sales pitch, as far as the business page. People are more going onto your business page, maybe to copy your content, or maybe to learn more about you if they're looking to work for you. But so that's why we still post it on our business page, right? For recruiting. So we get new recruits in, and then for customers. But I get people off of recruiting and customers off my personal page actually more than the business page, because they'll reach out to me. Hey, I saw your stuff. Hey, I really need help with this service call. And they feel like they're reaching out to an expert versus like an entire organization that they might not trust so much. Because I think we've lost a lot of trust from these big corporations.
Apparently, I just was looking in our top lead sources. And number 2, and we have a lot of business. We have a lot of marketing going on, like a lot of different channels, right? And number 2 is still Tim's DMs. It's crazy because like people are way more likely to just engage, and it's usually chiller too. To be honest with you, like they're like, "Hey man, could I get any help with?" It's like versus like company page. Sometimes they come in hot. It's like not always the best lead. Versus like when people know you, they're better leads. So if there's any way to get them to know you and being full of whimsy is a great way to get people to know you. Like, cause it's like being silly and play works in marketing, man. Play. How could you play a little bit more? Y'all are so formal and it's boring versus like you got the logo on, they're seeing the logo over and over and over again in their feed because it's silly. Now that brand just means like is associated. My thing is like your brand to me is associated with laughing. And laughing 100%. Is a good brain chemical. It's great. So like, what are we doing? Like if you can make somebody laugh, you can make them listen. And once you have them listening, you can mix in the other stuff. But first we have to like earn people's attention by entertainment.
You nailed it. I mean, you completely nailed that, because it's funny, as you're talking, I'm thinking of my DMs, and that's kind of like the trajectory of how it works. They'll post a comment, oh my God, that's so funny. And then now, because they like our content, they'll watch the ones that are a little bit more educational. And now, since they watch that, we're like, oh, we want to use your services now. And I've got people that I used to live in South Florida, and they're like, man, I wish you came down here. You guys are more thorough than anybody around here. I'm like, how do you know that? He's like, oh, I watch all your videos. And it's really just because they're so funny. They're like, okay, I'm going to watch these. And then it ends up getting them to the next section where they watch the informational ones, because otherwise they wouldn't waste their time to watch those.
That's a good differentiating feature. I always think about if people have their differentiating features, they're so much more easy to market for. Like if you're clear on how you're actually different, how the service is actually different, it's so much easier to market, because otherwise we're just promoting non-sticky ideas. Yeah.
5-star reviews, be A+ rated. Everyone has that. 5-star reviews, A+ rated. We're fast. Like, it's like the same crap over and over again. It's like, that's not different.
Thorough. That's a good word. I love that word. We got to get that into one of these top headlines on the website. Thorough is I think it's a sticky word.
I would agree.
So, what else do you think you've any other like stats or results that you've seen that you're like, I'm glad I did this. It was weird, but I did it, and now I'm glad I did it. What else happened?
Yeah, I mean, I'll give you 2 examples. So one quick one is, I think no one really knows what ChatGPT is doing with like their algorithm on like searching for home service companies near me. I think everyone has like some baseline guesses of how it all works.
I'm starting to have a very strong theory, because I'm starting to do AEO personally for a client to like test it out. And I have a very strong theory, but I want to hear your.
Well, I want to listen to your theory after.
Yeah.
So, and I just came back from like a Marketing Edge event where they brought in some AI experts for one of the Nexstar events, and some cool information. But what I'm starting to see is like I'm really trying to test it out to see what's working on the different AI platforms, and we weren't ranking at all in the beginning. And I've just been testing. I have the paid ChatGPT, and I've been constantly testing it. And recently we've seen our leads just kind of like skyrocket. Like I think we just got 5 leads from ChatGPT yesterday. And I'm like, what the hell? I'm like, what the hell? I'm like, this is weird. So then I went into my platform and I was asking questions, and they were saying a lot of it's from a lot of the social media posts that we do are indexed, on the internet. And I always make sure that I add little SEO things into, the captions and the content as well. And, YouTube's obviously you see is ranking kind of at the top of Google now for when people are looking for things. So I think it's an underutilized tool. People are putting tons of money into like blogs. Like, who the fuck reads a blog anymore? Right? Like, I get it. It goes towards organic SEO keywords, but like people aren't fucking reading your blogs. Like most of the time they're like trying to look at a YouTube video to fix it themselves, or they're like looking for something legit. So again, we just saw that increase in ChatGPT, hoping it continues, but I'm going to continue to make sure that we're fine tuning that. And again, like everyone has the same blogs and SEO on their website. So I think ChatGPT is going to use kind of more of a model of like, what people are actually engaging with, and what's useful content is going to be different than what was useful content back, 20 years ago, just because we're engaging content differently. And then the second thing, if I'm going to give you a real life example, was, so I post on LinkedIn as well. I don't post all my funny stuff. I post some professional stuff. I post on LinkedIn, and other business owners in my area, I had this one who messaged me, a employee that was moving. And she's like, I follow your content. I have this amazing lead technician. He's a badass at sales. And I just want to refer him to you because I watch your content. And I think it's amazing. And I was like, oh shit. Called him within literally like 10 minutes, hired him within like 20 minutes. Best sales tech on the team by far.
Amazing.
And he didn't go on Indeed. He could have shot for the highest paying, company out there. He cared about the person referral, and that was just from social media. I didn't even know this person, just from my content.
Many homes suffer from inefficient HVAC systems due to leaky ducts, leading to uneven room temps, lost airflow, and higher energy costs. AeroSeal's innovative sealant technology targets and repairs leaks, improving airflow and efficiency. Increase your customer satisfaction, increase sales, and offer a unique market advantage. Become a leader in HVAC efficiency. AeroSeal.com.
That's really cool. So I'll give you my theory on the AEO stuff, and we also get leads from this. Clients are getting leads from this, but it's something. It's like what I'm curious about, because a lot of it relates to SEO, right? If you did SEO in the past, a lot of that is still good, right? And actually, with this new update, and some of this might be SEO guys propaganda, because I'm reading some from my industry sources in LinkedIn, but they're talking about how ChatGPT does pull from search engines. Essentially, it's like a different interface for a search engine. It's a new way of listing things, but it's still search in a way, right? What I think it's different at, and I really I believe this, and I've been doing stuff along these lines, and I think it works. And it will intuitively make sense to most people. I call it TBO. So instead of AEO, AI, SEO, essentially AI optimization, TBO, which is total brand optimization. ChatGPT is looking for trusted brands that have great reputations all over the internet. And then it's recommending them. So TBO is kind of the way I look at it. We need to look at all the places. Like if I search my brand name, those first 2 pages, if I'm not good on BBB, if I'm not good on Yelp, if I'm not good on any of these other listing services and my reviews are showing up visually, I need to fix that immediately. Don't just keep on piling onto your 1,000 Google reviews. Go fix Yelp as soon as possible, right? Because that all matters. And then it's the same kind of thing that we did in SEO, which is like search what you want to show up for and then look at everything it's referencing, right? So if I say best, HVAC company in, Melbourne, and it's referencing these 3 things, right? What is it referencing? And then I'm going to go see if I can affect what I can affect, right? Look at the sites it's referencing and then affect what you can affect. Same with Google generative search. It's like, look at the sources. And then if any of those can be affected, sometimes it's Reddit. You can comment on Reddit. I know it's, they'll kick you off if you say the wrong thing, but you can figure out a way to make it feel natural. And I think that's my 2 theories. Total brand optimization. Look what it's referencing and affect them. And then my last one is just lists. So you can do a list on LinkedIn with best AC repair companies in Melbourne. You can do a list with the top 3 AC companies on medium.com, which is often pretty highly cited. You can do one on your own website. That's 3 right off the bat. And guess what happens? Once you make the lists, other people reference your lists. So then it gets in a positive cycle. I just did that. I'm fairly new to HVAC marketing, to be honest with you. 2 or 3 years ago, I really hammered it. I made a list and it ranked. So then all these other people copied me and I got on everybody else's list. Even people that made fun of the list, I showed up on their list somehow. Because eventually the whole internet just recycles itself. And that includes ChatGPT and all these AI things. So anyways, just to wrap it up. TBO, total brand optimization. Search what you want to show up for, find out what it's referencing, affect what you can affect, and then lastly, make a bunch of lists. Because that seems to be one way that people are actually using ChatGPT to get recommendations for companies. And it seems like ChatGPT and other AI things seem to default to a list. Here are 3 suggestions, or here are 5. You know what I mean? It's not usually giving them one company because they don't want to be responsible. Here's the company to use. So they're giving lists. So use that format on different websites that are.
I think people are also looking, they're having ChatGPT also try to find out, is this a locally owned company or is this private equity? I just saw a post. I'm in all the local groups as well on Facebook. So Melbourne, Florida, Palm Bay, and there one just went viral where this guy just literally posted all of the HVAC companies that were private equity owned. and you could just see all the homeowners on there and their responses. Like, and if you're curious, like, oh, do people care? Oh, they freaking cared. And it's becoming more recognized, like what that is, probably from some bad experiences that some people have had. I'm not saying they're all bad. Some of them are great, but it was just crazy. I didn't expect it to go as viral as it was. Obviously, it was some sort of HVAC owner, probably some small guy that was like posting it anonymously. But I couldn't believe how like viral it went and how many comments it had on there. And it's still something that's like, really important.
Some guy, he's really good at ChatGPT.
It wasn't me.
Amazing. Yeah. Okay, so how does just since we're on the topic, a little segue, how are you utilizing AI for content at all? Like, are you using it to brainstorm ideas? Are you using it to identify trends? Are you using it for anything right now?
Yeah. So I use ChatGPT. I'm on one of the team plans, and I use that a lot of the ideas that I come up with, I go off of like content that's already trending. So I have kind of a couple different strategies. Like I'll have videos based on like what's currently trending. So I can get that off of ChatGPT, or I'll just go on the TikTok and put in hashtag trending, and I'll put another keyword in there, typically like construction or HVAC or something. So it's a little bit more related. And, I'll take those trending topics, I'll put it into ChatGPT, and then I have a custom ChatGPT, like personal assistant that I kind of trained to, work with me, same language that I want, kind of my creative style. And, I'll ask it to come up with ideas, and then I'll just prompt it and fine tune it. Typically I wouldn't say it's quite there yet where it's as creative as us. So like it's not giving you crazy ideas because there's some things it doesn't want to violate. Like I used it to help me edit that Sydney Sweeney American Eagle ad, but it wouldn't put my face on it because it was like a violation. So then I had to do it in Canva. So but
I feel like it's usually best like a blend of two things, right? When you kind of like when you use AI, but then you also know how to use the classic tools, so you can like work around some of that stuff.
Yep. Yeah. And then, CapCut used for editing, and, it'll generate some videos. So like, let's say I've got some stagnant videos of just me talking, and it'll generate photos. It'll even generate, scripts, voiceovers. So I'll use that sometimes. I'm looking into Google VEO3 right now, just to I'm testing it out. I mean, have you worked with that one at all?
Yeah, I've been like making memes with it and stuff like that. I think some of the cooler ones I've seen have like been, the like ASMR, like cutting glass fruits type stuff. Like I've been trying to find ways that it like actually feels good. I feel like some of the like more like live action people stuff doesn't feel good. Doesn't like cause I think we're all just a little new to all this. So it's like some of this stuff, it's got things it's good at, and it's like kind of knowing when it's not good at something.
Oh yeah. I think, some people are definitely standoffish because they want real stuff, right? They don't want something to be fake. So I think everyone's watching videos now. Like, is it AI? Every video you watch, like, is that AI? Is now kind of the mentality of how people are thinking, because they don't want to be duped. No one wants to be screwed over. I mean, that's a big thing. That's just a psychological thing in people's heads, and that's a boundary whether people are going to do business with you. Like, do they trust you? Are you real? So I would agree. I don't think that fully making action videos on AI with some cookie cutter tech is going to convert well. But I am testing it out in kind of like the more of the middle portions of the video to make it, a little bit more engaging, kind of keeping the brand and our people in there. But yeah, I mean, I use ChatGPT more for like the info, or I'll say, hey, what are the hashtags, related to this post that'll do well? Or I'll say, hey, make me a caption for this that's intriguing. So like I'll use it for things like that: title, caption, hashtags. But the ideas do need fine tuning because it's not as creative as you'd hope.
As I'm like pushing people on my team, like let's try agents, let's do automation. Like you're pushing people. They think sometimes this might be off random direction, but I think we're all facing this next few years. Is like they're scared that it's going to do a job that they had. And my mindset, since I'm in a growth mode, we're going fast, we're cranking. It feels like you are too, right? Doubling every year. This is nuts. Most people don't do this. My mindset is like, all right, help me learn this AI stuff. Help me make agents. Help me use this every single place we possibly can, if it makes sense. Getting people involved now, but saying like, you're safe. I just want to hire less people in the future. I just want to be more efficient as time goes on. That's all. So if even we can get up to like 30% of like helping us with our tasks in a year and a half or something like that, that'd be sick. And everyone can make more money. So that's the way I'm trying to like popularize this stuff in my team, is like, we're all going to be trying agents by the end of the year for something. I need everyone to be doing agents now, because once it gets really good, and I don't think we're that far off at being really, it's already kind of cool. The agent stuff, like I'm making spreadsheets that I didn't even know I knew how to make, just describing it. And then ChatGPT has agent mode, and it'll now make that whole spreadsheet for me and like actually do stuff, which is wild and super cool. Which, like, for a guy like me, like I used to not consider myself a money guy, a numbers guy, but guess who's becoming a numbers guy real quick? I know how my CAC to LTV ratio gets affected by 3 levers now, just because yesterday I made my first agent. So I'm trying to get everyone in on
now
this.
you're a genius.
Yeah, I know, dude. I am. I feel like I was just watching a comedian. He's like, I'm an astronaut surgeon now, just like you. We're all kind of astronaut surgeons at this point.
You know what's funny? Hopefully my wife doesn't watch this podcast, but so I'll even use it sometimes, like when I'm in an argument, because like I absolutely suck at validation. Like you said, you're an intense guy, and always going, visionary. I'm the same. So being present, something that I struggle with sometimes. So I'll throw in things in the argument into ChatGPT, not to win, but to like kind of bring the communication down to a better level. And then I'll throw in my genuine stuff. But when I notice like we're at a place where it's just getting worse, I go to ChatGPT and I'm like, what do I say? And dude, it immediately, I mean, this is over text message, obviously. I'm not like on ChatGPT like, oh yeah, this is what this says. Yeah. But, and you know what, it works out, and then we can communicate again. So I think people that are fighting, the change are going to regret it. Like I said, I fully embrace change. That's why I'm not afraid of AI. And my people too, they all have a team ChatGPT paid account, and they're using it like for what you said, making payroll easier, making technician schedules. Just the list goes on. And I had to sell it to them like you did to your team. Like, this is something that's going to make your life easier, so then you can focus on more of the important tasks. Like, so we're not going to need to get rid of you. I mean, might that make your job, now that you're focusing on really the things that get higher results, so then you win and then you make more bonuses? Like, it's a win-win for everybody.
I have to drop this in here just because I just figured it out. I got the Plod Note, the little pin that does automatic transcribing or whatever. And I just set it up so it goes to I'm trying to remember the dude's name, but he was talking about, essentially it sends to this is super nerd shit. It sends to via Zapier to the OpenAI what do you call it? The OpenAI, whatever it is. I didn't set it up myself, okay? Yeah. OpenAI, like the API. And then it asks it like 5-7 questions. So once I hit transcribe, it asks it 5-7 questions, and then it sends to a Slack to my executive assistant, which is crazy. I haven't done a ton of it yet, but I did test it yesterday and it's working. And I feel like I'm just excited to find out like what else we can do to make things simpler. The truth is I don't want to always have to delegate things personally to that person. You know what I mean? Like, it's like going to make things that are annoying less annoying, I think so I'm scared of AI, but everything that I've actually done with it so far has made my life better. So,
yeah, I mean, buying back your time, that's like a huge issue, I think, for any entrepreneur, CEO. I mean, most of them, it's like, I don't have enough time. So it's like, this new technology came out that can potentially save you time, and you're fighting it. Like, what? Do you really want to save time?
Yes, absolutely. By the way, great book, Dan Martell, Buy Back Your Time. Yeah. Huge fan. Yeah. That's like one of my major mental frameworks. It's like that and how to increase EBITDA. Those like the two. I need the Neuralink next, Help me figure out how to do those two things quickly. Well, Derek, you're a great guy, man. I hope you and I get to keep in touch. I am proud of you for making entertainment content, not just informational content. Everyone should go check out his stuff, not just copy him directly, but get inspired and try more fun stuff on your pages. People will watch way more. Derek, where can they check you out online?
You go to my TikTok, Instagram, LinkedIn. It's just at the Derek Cormier, and or you can find me on Facebook. But yeah, you can check out our business stuff, Climate Experts Air, Plumbing, Electric. But yeah, if you want to personally connect, any of the social media channels, LinkedIn's more professional. I'm on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook as well.
Amazing. Podcast is put on by hookagency.com. Hook Agency all over social media. And you guys have a great one.